Well, and of course, they are facing against Fnatic, who have so far looked absolutely dominant. 3 wins so far, and all of them convincing. They've taken Gambit down, Alliance down, and of course, we just saw SK Gaming yesterday.
They don't drag it out longer than they need to. They push towers down. We talked about this earlier. Reckless is the longest official kill streak without giving up a single death, and as does Yellowstar with his support streak. 26 kills for Reckless, 39 assists for Yellowstar, and every single member of the team is performing well. Talking about individual ability, the average KDA for Fnatic as a team is 13.9, right? That's the average kill-death assist ratio. Reckless has a 46 KDA as he has not died. Yellowstar is 40. Soaz is the man that I called out on day 1 and said, is Soaz going to deliver? He has a 20 KDA right now. I mean, 20. And he's playing Trundle, Shen, and Renekton. He's not playing the meta champs, and he has a 20 KDA. He's making it work.
Could this be a first sign of a turn between the European teams to think, okay, these really aren't that much of a first pick anymore?
I think it's more of a case of just these 2 particular teams.
Yeah.
You know, I think Fnatic, they don't trend towards those types of champions. It's not really their favorites. So it's allowed them, and in fact, it's going to be LeBlanc. So not going to be Assassin of Yasuo, but it is going to be LeBlanc. And I have not been impressed by the LeBlanc plays we've seen so far.
Well, LeBlanc on Peke, that's something I am excited to see, because I like seeing Peke on Assassins. I've said this before, same with Alex 6. Any mid laner, honestly. I don't like the farm-heavy champions that they do sometimes go with. I like to see the explosive battles. It's what I like as a play-by-play caster. No surprise there. But look at it! Yasuo is locked in at last.
That's going to be top lane Yasuo. So this is actually very interesting, because with the exception of maybe Dragon's Rage kicking a tidal wave, there may be a lot more pressure on Kevin to land these... No, I've heard this is going to be top lane Gragas. This is going to be top lane Gragas. This is something Deficio has been talking to me about. Millenium play tank Gragas in the top lane, have been doing it in scrims, and it's going to be Kerp playing Yasuo in the mid lane. And if it's not, then I've been baited by Deficio, but I'm pretty sure that's the way it'll end up. I think Millenium have read this. Millenium are going to know Fnatic. They're going to see each other, and that was very lucky. They will have seen one another's position. So if Millenium do not stay grouped up, Fnatic can challenge for this blue buff, which is what I think they're going to do, and that can put the back. Kevin's dead.
Kevin! Face check in the bush. The leash comes out from Peke. It's going to be just about enough. The Ignite will take you down. Who do they want to give it to? That's the question. They're not going to allow him get away. They had to flash for it, Cyanide.
2 flashes as well. Peke followed suit. He got closed the gap for a second. We thought...
There is the Q working in action. That is the Steel Tempest. So 3 hits of that, that's when the Whirlwind comes out.
That's it. And you can actually do 2 different things with that. You can throw out a skill shot, basically Howling Gale, or you can spin and knock people up while dashing with your E. We do see RNA has snuck himself in, and Pekka's going to be in a little bit of trouble.
He's going to get taken low. Will his mirror splits off? Who will they go for? Will it be the right one? No, it won't. RNA was fooled.
The clone from Pekka's passive was enough to pull them away. I was looking if Ignite had been used, and it had not. There's the knockup. Pekka should be able to survive. There's not enough damage.
The Ignite comes in. It's not enough damage. Sidesteps the Q. He's going to force the tower damage. It's not going to be enough on RNA. There's no jungler nearby.
Soaz is going to be in trouble right now as 3 members of Millenium are starting to close him in. He has his Slice and Dice and Flash available, and here come RNA and Kerp.
The kit comes across. He gets launched straight across there, and he goes straight into the path of RNA. It's going to be Kerp that they'll give it to. No, it's RNA that took it.
They're going to lose the tower though, so yes, that was a great coordinated kill. However, 4 members of Fnatic are sitting in the mid lane. They've got the town, they're going to back away. There's not many ultimates available for Millenium.
Oh, they've landed the kick. Will the Lee Syndrome set in? He goes for it, doesn't really find his target. It's Cyanide that goes in. Wild Growth pops him up. Pekka gets in there, doesn't manage to burst down RNA, gets the leash on Kerp. Kerp will go down. That's going to be a kill for Reckless. He's going to continue that KDA stomp, and now without tower, they can continue chasing.
Yeah, Fnatic are going to just keep them on. Great bubble!
What a fantastic bubble coming out of J. Ree there. That's going to stop Peke in his tracks, and it gives Kratos a kill. Kevin and Aaron giving chase. Soaz may well be the target. We see Kerb going in there, goes aggressive. Soaz goes away. That's going to be the kick on Reckless. Will they get the first kill on Reckless?
They've done
yes,
it!
They will. Kevin's the man that takes it. Explosive cast comes in. Cyanide may well be next. Soaz, that big tanky Dominion, is trying to run out, but he's in trouble as well. Millenium closing the gap here. Get the knock him up in the air. There's not going to be enough. Last breath's already been used. Yellow Star the focus now. He hasn't died either. Can they just close out that one? You bet your life they can. It's Kraton that gets it. And the myth, the legend of the duo lane Reckless Yellow Star has died against Millenium.
Oh, Reckless is in trouble.
Reckless is going to get aggressed upon. It's not going to be explosive cast used. Yes, it is. It actually blew in an odd direction. The kick follows through. Reckless in trouble. He's on the tower. It doesn't matter. And he's just going to get dropped once again. The stats are falling. Who will claim the next one? Millenium in position. We do see Soaz and Kevin butting heads in that mid lane. Curb's going to come around the side. Whimsy is available if he tries to go for him. Instead, I think Millenium might pick this one up before they get close. Yes, they will. And now Soaz goes a little bit too deep. Dominus Blade popped. Will they just lock him out, or will Millenium try and run? Assault battery on Curb that immediately gets countered by J-Ree's wave. And Soaz trying to tank up all that damage. Coming around the backside is Kevin. He's going to get on towards Cyanide. Curb is running for his life from Soaz. That is going to be one down, Aranea. Curb's going to keep on running. Soaz needs to turn around, take on the rest of the team. He flashes through. Let's not look at Curb, let's look at these, because J-Ree's going to be in trouble. He's going to get stunned up. No, flashes away. Soaz is a beast that they are all running from. Get back into it. Soaz just baiting them out here, using the taunt, lying on the floor with that Renekton. Knows he's the tankiest member. The wave strictly quickly going down as well. They're going to push in for this one. Who they're going to go for? That's the question. Is it just going to be simply the turret they hit? No, there goes the wave. They can jump on towards Yellow Star. That last breath is not going to quite be enough to take him down. You can see Yellow Star will get dropped. Curb is going to go down as well, so it's a 1-for-1. And now Peke has joined the fray. They're going to chase him on down here. Barrel's coming out. Everything they can do to slow him. The culling comes back on towards Soaz, but as you see, it does nothing. Ace in the hole, finds his target. Reckless takes that one down, but that's going to put him out the rest of the fight. Soaz comes in, gets the stun on Kraton. Kevin now, he's going to be the focus target. You can see he's got so much hit points. He just keeps on tanking away. He's going to have the belly dash once again, and Kevin finally will go down. It's Reckless that gets him. It was a long fight, but it was a 3-for-1 for Millenium.
Yeah, at the end of the day,
against Millenium.
Against Millenium, Fnatic ending up coming away with the victory.
I need to question the last breath that the Curb used earlier on in that fight, because he seemed to go a little too early, and like you said, the wild growth just popped him straight out of it.
Yeah, the problem with that ability usage is you have to put it on Reckless. Yeah, you can kill Lulu, but that's going to be a little bit of a slow as Curb's been caught.
Cyanide goes in. There is the wild growth popping all of them up. This is going to be a wild fight, and it's Fnatic actually coming out the worst right now. Peke does get himself a kill. Kevin's tanking up that damage. Peke is going to be the fighter's target. Kevin taken so low, but they don't care because Peke is down. Cyanide's now going to be the focus. Soaz is doing what he can. Can he get onto Kraton? No, the barrier goes back out, and now the AD carry is just working down those hit points from the backside. He's going to throw out the barrel. Kraton, well, he gets on towards him. Soaz with the slice, the dice, and the destruction derby. They may turn this fight on his head. Kevin going to run away. The Aqua Prison keeps him there, and that's going to buy them time to get away. Fnatic, wow, they may have lost 3-on-2, but that was great play from Soaz.
The critical hit strikes are going to be helpful, but there's no armor penetration as Aranea is the next target.
Aranea is in trouble. That's going to be the assault battery, and honestly, it's not really what they wanted. Quickly going straight in there. Look at Peke. He's getting dropped, melted down there. Yellow Star, the next focus target, he gets dropped. Cyanide is going to try and dash away from this one. He has to run for his life. Reckless has got away at the top there. Is he going to be safe? I think he should be. J-Ree's going to go the Aqua Prism any second now. Cyanide running away. Kraton should be able to have one last dash to get on towards him. Instead, he backs away. They should just go for Baron.
That was the perfect engage from Millenium. The Gragas barrel into a 3-man final breath allows Curb to just shred through them. Now Fnatic challenging for Baron. It's going low, and I think Millenium wise to back away.
It is wise to back away. Soaz doing what he can to keep him off. And Millenium may well have won that fight, but again, they don't quite have enough to siege the Baron.
Massive amount of armor that Fnatic have been able to put together. Soaz, with his lifesteal, auto attacks, and massive HP pool, is now starting this Baron off. There is a ward revealing Reckless, so Millenium are aware of it. They can see Reckless just for a second. Maybe they can't.
No, they can't see it. They can't see it. He's actually out of it. That was just simply the spectator bug that you can see the shots coming across.
Yep.
And Fnatic just snuck it.
Completely snuck it.
That doesn't really show because it's 70,000 to 80,000 right now. You see Aaron Air coming in there, doesn't want to get caught out with that Banshee's Veil though. It will give him that slight defensive start on Fnatic, but the Fnatic have the positional advantage for the Baron.
Yeah, one thing to highlight right now is Reckless has sold his boots and gone for that Zephyr, which we see AD carries doing all so often. The two-man of Fnatic has enough damage and survivability to pick this Baron up, and Millenium are still not fighting. Baron will be secured, and Peke is just running interference. Millenium are responding to this way too late, and now they're going in.
They come in far too late, and Fnatic going to turn it on its head. Wild Growth popping them all up. They can see the wave just knocking them back. You can see Jerry Kirk trying to get in there. Guardian Angels comes back up. Can he get on towards Reckless? They're going to try and dive in there. No, Reckless takes down Kirk. Soaz has took all of the damage, all of the abuse from Millenium. The bubble will be enough to save the day. Kraton's going to run away from this one. Aranea should safeguard across to Jerry in a moment. The culling just keeping them at bay, but this could be Fnatic's game right now. Ace in the hole blocked off by Jerry.
Massive amount of damage. Kirk didn't even get to use last breath in that fight. Was locked up so well by Fnatic. Turned into a munchkin. They silenced him. They rooted him in place, and he wasn't able to have an impact in that fight. Now Fnatic, knowing they have a 5v3, they take the inhibitor down. They can finish the game right here.
40-second death timers for Millenium. They know they're in trouble. They're going to try and force them away, but Fnatic going straight for those Nexus turrets. Reckless hitting it like a hammer right now, just charging it down. Kraton's going to come across. The minions are not going to be enough. He tries to use everything he can, but immediately gets locked up. Ace in the hole, assault battery on towards him, just dropping the rest of Millenium, and Reckless continues his killing spree, and that is going to be Fnatic taking the game against Millenium.
Welcome back, everybody. We are joined by Yellow Star from Fnatic. Yellow Star, you failed, man. He died.
That's a bit harsh.
He died.
As long as I win, I'm fine with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a little joke to start things off, because 4-0 for Fnatic, and I feel like this was a test, kind of. This game really pushed you to your limits.
Actually, yeah, this game was really tense. They had a good composition. Oh, sorry, what did you say?
Nothing, go ahead.
And yeah, we didn't really expect them to play such composition, and yeah.
Talk us through the early stage. I mean, it was a fairly long, there's a lot to talk about in that game. There were a lot of fights that went on for a very long time because of how tanky everyone was. You know, falling behind initially, how did that happen?
We were actually ahead in early game, but we misplayed, I believe. They succeeded to take some advantage from those kills. It was not necessary from us, but unfortunately it happened. And with their composition, it was really easy to pick off some kills, especially. Wishy guys.
Made to sneak the Baron. First of all, who made that call and why was that made at that point?
At one point, I was always trying to make things happen because sometimes there is nothing happening except the battle of words. And it's sometimes boring, sometimes it's really tense, because if you lose vision, you say, oh, they can maybe do it because they're full stuff. So I have to make fast decisions, and I was thinking, yeah, we can actually do it, so let's go for it, and yeah.
Was it also, sorry, was it also reactive because of the champions that you had there? The fact that you could get Renekton into the pit and Caitlyn could sit at the back, was safety the big concern there?
Yeah, exactly. So they had wards in the front, but not in the back, so we can actually sneak. And with the long range Caitlyn, I had the idea, and I said it really quick, and it happened.
As a final question, of course, about the partnership with Reckless, tell us from your perspective, maybe this was a very good learning experience, because before it was kind of, it seemed more easy. Now the Jinx was banned out, forced you to go for some other things. Is that cool to know that, well, if we're behind, we can also do it?
Yeah, of course. We can always put it off. It's like Jinx is our main character. Of course, Reckless can play a lot of characters, and he can play them really, really good. And I don't know, we will show more what we got in our sleeves.
What you got off your sleeves as the season goes on. Congratulations 4-0 Fnatic, and in what a way. It was incredibly impressive. And now it's nearly time for our next battle. So let's send it back over to D-Man and Quickshot.